my friend from Bangladesh is talking about. It is very much controversial questions. It is not necessary. I am not able to respond all because all developmental actors and organizations are not contributing for the peace. Based on my experience, some organizations, it always depends on the leadership. Who is really sitting in the steering seat? It depends on the leadership, their approach, their mindset. Many organizations are working in the peace building process. But based on my experience, given that area, nowadays, after the comprehensive peace accord signing, many organizations are going there, but they are not interfering in the real marginalized group. And they are distributing the money. And sometimes it's very challenging to us. We are not giving money and they are providing the money. Even sometimes in the beginning, when we entered in the beginning, it is really difficult to mobilize the people. But later, once they know about how to collecting the fees, then they start to believe on it, and it is very easy. And in terms of the government also doing it. But you know what happened in Nepal? Since 1997, there is no elected body in the local level, and it's really very tough to mobilize the people. And according to the government policy, we have to consult with all political parties, and now the political parties, 27 in the government, coalition government, and 27 in the opposition. And you can imagine how it is difficult. And that is why most of the resources are underutilized, and if they utilize for the sake of political parties, they use in proportionate manner and misuse poor governance. There are many factors, but it is not applied everywhere. In some cases, it's really very nice and they contribute in the peace. It is very much very according to case, depend on the leadership, who in the government, who in the development activities. And the last one about the child marriage. According to the law, at least 20 seconds for the man and 20 for the woman, according to the law. But in that area, usually the girls get married 12-13. Nowadays, the many organizations are talking about the against child marriage. But the environment is such a kind of pushing environment. There is no space for the girl. Since morning to evening, they have to engage in the work. They are working 18 hours a day, and men are working only 10 hours. And most of the times they play with the cards and attending meetings. They are not really working the household work. So the girls, always the fathers, the brothers, and even the mothers and grandmothers keep on saying, you should run away. In that way, this is the practice. And usually even the educated family, educated means the father, if the father is educated or service holder, their children also run away. Because there is no inner environment, there is no confidence among the girls. And despite having the laws, it is not practiced yet, and there is very much persistence to child marriage. Child marriage is not only that area, in the southern part of the Nepal, which belongs with the India, and there is another practice, it is called Gauna in that local language. Usually the girls were engaged in 7-8 years.
Thank you very much. I'm Tin Siri from Thailand. I thank you very much for sharing with us the information or experience that you have. I really admire your passion, because it not only takes passion, but it takes courage and strong will to be able to do that. From your experience with all you've done, what do you think is the uniqueness of your activities or the program that you're promoting? And if other people would like to use your model as their practices, what would be the lessons learned that you would like to share with them so that they will not stumble with all the difficulties that you experienced? Thank you.
Yes.
have two questions. Ask two questions. The first one is, given the oppression of women that you were talking about, are there more women Maoist commanders than men? That's my first question. And the second question really has got to do with the video clips that you were showing. There was a part of the video that you were showing us. There were people were gathering leaves. They were gathering leaves. Could you tell me what were those leaves and why were they doing that? The reason why I'm asking this is the time I spent in your country, I was studying the medicinal aromatic plants which were being processed in the hinterlands. I was wondering whether you were into this activity of livelihood activity of processing the medicinal aromatic plants and selling this for export.
The uniqueness of this organization or campaign is the same thing what I have already repeated several times. The birthplace of an individual is not choice. This is the underlying philosophy of this organization. There is another story how I realized that kind of things. There was an incident when I stayed in that place in 2001. I used the two children as a portal. That time I was so confused whether I choose the children or adult. And later I decided to use the two children, and they were unable to speak the proper Nepali. They used the local language, and I unable to speak their language, but they understood me. I understood them, but we can't speak the respective language. And when I reached to the hotel, I asked to the hotel owner, and they were poor, they were Dalit. Dalit means we have a caste system, untouchability, low caste people. And their fathers disappeared since long because of the conflict. They did not know whether they were in India or in the Maoist or they were already killed or they don't know. And their mothers had already gone away. She had a second marriage, and they were working as a porter and serving their grandparents. They were taking care of their grandparents. That day, I really felt suffocated. That night, I could not sleep. And fortunately, unfortunately, my dad was visited that place in 1953, age of 2 man. My dad was orphan. He never saw the school. He was a servant of a government employee at that time, and he was a cookman, and he went there and stayed about 7 months. And that story, the story of that place, I heard when I was about 5-6 years when I slept with him, and I was complaining about my shoes, books, notebooks, blah blah blah, and he consoled me. You are privileged one. The people in that area really disadvantaged, really poor, and you have to study well and go there and serve the people. So that day when I met these children, I realized that I was the potential person to born here. Coincidentally, I born in another place, but I am equally potential to born here. That day, that kind of feelings came into my mind, and I started to work differently. Actually, I joined that place as an employee, as a HRD officer, to provide the assistance training for the doctors and nurses. But there was no one, no doctor, no nurses, no other care providers. So I was playing multiple roles at that time. And later, I used the same formula. And by the third day of my arrival, one woman died in front of me because of the bleeding. The bleeding because of the retained placenta. You understand, it is a technical word. Retained placenta, a kind of thing which has to deliver right after the delivery of the baby. And she was, it is also mentioned in the video, she was, when earlier I said, no, I can't join because I am not a service provider. But when she said, please, in local language, and I joined, and she was in coma. And I tried to get medicine, but there is no medicine, there was no blood, there is no surgery, there is no operation theatre, nothing there. And that day I realized that I had to start the broadband surgery and some money to refer in case of the unmanageable in that area. But that time, the Maoists devasted everything. The bank also burned, and 28 offices I already burned there, and we don't have any option. That time, what I realized that the same formula I applied. The birthplace of individual choice. Anyone can happen in that way. That is why I mobilized the Maoists, mobilized the Nepal government, army, police, and other people to raise the money, to establish the fund, to establish the broadband. And about 7 months after, I want to make it. So this is the very uniqueness in terms of the philosophy and in terms of the comprehensiveness. Usually, most of the UN guys, when I met them, even I'm meeting with the UN people right now, all are UN heads, and I'm only one from the NGO side in meeting in Manila, and they are all talking. Can you apply? Can you implement that kind of many things at the same time in that such a remote area? This is the time to address right now. If we don't address, again the conflict will come in another way. The underlying causes of the poverty and conflict we are not addressing yet. That is why this is the urgency to work in very comprehensive manner. And second thing, yes, in that area there are many girls who are also joined in the Maoist combatant. And if you see the figure, national figure, 40% women were joining in the Maoist combatant. And in terms of the aromatic plants, in the videos she was using what is said, it is molding the chilies farm in it. But there are many opportunities for the aromatic plants we have. And nowadays, few corporate sectors trying to initiate, but it is not much concretized. In terms of this is a very good place for the apple production. And some organizations started to the apple farm. Some started to identify the aromatic plants, but there is no processing center. They just collect and send to the India, and it's really huge loss for the local people.
Other questions? Thank you, Radha, for spending time and explaining and sharing with us what you've gone through. This, I guess, is an ongoing conversation. And as Radha said, if any of you would like to join, support, it's most welcome.
Yeah, no need to say right now. You can go to the website and you can come. I'm always available, unless and until visiting that place. There is no internet, there is no telephone. Otherwise, I am available all the time. You can visit me on Facebook, Twitter.
Okay. Well, a little thank you from all of us.
Thank you very much.
On Friday is International Youth, and it's a chance. They just finished the RAA, and as a result of that is the photo exhibit. You can see the other side. International Evening, so it is a little bit of a competition. There are going to be judges who are going to take a look at photo essays. It will be completely anonymous. And we'll see what the judges say. Like American Idol, they vote anonymously. So that's on Friday. Audrey, is it national dress?
Okay.
It is national dress, right? For international. So, and we have guests from all over. So, chance to put your best foot forward. very much. Good evening.